right, the Detroit Lions rule out our good brother Kerby Joseph, but Terrion Arnold will return. Avonte Maddox, cornerback, questionable. Taylor Decker, questionable. I think Sonoy Vaki, questionable, but Kerby Joseph, Malcolm Rodriguez, and I think safety Daniel Thomas won't play. So, I mean, let me talk about the brother Terrion. I would try to buy as much time as possible, but this is a critical game. Division games really count for two, and you losing one to Green Bay, it doesn't help your cause. So I get it. If he's healthy enough to play that shoulder, you go from season ending looking like to as good in a couple weeks. I would caution if Avonte Maddox can go, I probably would chance it with Terrion Arnold about a week or two, but it is what it is. They feel like he's good enough to play. He'd be good enough to play. You know, contrary to people's beliefs, he's very good in coverage. It's just they call the game very anally, you know, when it comes to corner because they want offenses to score points. But Taylor Decker, I hope they got his replacement on the roster or they plan on drafting somebody. I mean, he hanging on by a string. What's that Tina Marie song, Hanging On by a Limb? He hanging on by a limb. By the limb of his chinny chin chin. You know, Taylor Decker's done. You know, he just want to enjoy it. I mean, if they were losing, he probably would walk away and retire. Let's keep it real. If they were losing, he would retire. He wouldn't allow his body to get beat up through all this, through all this, you know, abuse. And, you know, it's, you know, you're willing to work through some pain when you win it, right? And I just, you know, I think hopefully they got his replacement. Whatever they found on things, keeping Sewell on the right, putting him to the left. They like Giovanni. I think where you're going to see them, if he don't retire next year, they're going to draft a left tackle soon. And I think, you know, that's going to be it. You probably see Manu Giovanni, you know, probably kick in a right guard. And, you know, and you'll see a Radledge at some point kick in a left tackle. I think those are the things that you're going to see that happen with the Detroit Lions. But I just wanted to say that. Sonoy Vaki, another injury-prone guy they played. But important, they drafted important special teams guy. I think it was a guy we wanted to see, you know, what he looked like. I think Craig Reynolds was ruled out as well too. I like Craig. Didn't even know he was injured, but you know, it is what it is. I don't think though you want some depth there. You know, I want to see them kind of use Vaki in the slot a little bit. I want to see him kind of featuring in his offense a little bit, but he played in safety too, so he brings something there. Craig, you know, good power back. You know, everybody, he's a fan favorite. All right. Malcolm Rodriguez, yeah, you know, they started his practice windows. No need to rush him back. Linebackers playing well. I know Zach Cunningham, did they put him on IR as well, too? So they need a little depth there. But, you know, you don't need to rush them back. You know, you want to make sure these guys are 100% A-OK and 100% ready to get out there and contribute. But Kerby Joseph keeping them out, yeah, let them get healthy as possible. You know, let him, DJ Reed, let them brothers get healthy as possible. And therefore, you know, when they can down that stretch run, they can be important. And the Lions may be a wild card team. They may not get home field advantage. Who knows? That may well be the case. But if you're healthy going into the playoffs, you know, you built the play on the road. You know, didn't lose a game on the road all last season. This year, I believe you lost. And who are they? They lost to Green Bay on the road. And they got robbed versus Kansas City. So both your losses come on the road. Kansas City lost, was decimated. They're a good road team, you know. But if you know, honestly, for the fans, I think the fans would love more opportunities to see playoff home games. So Green Bay right there, Chicago right there, Minnesota, we'll see what happens with them. But, you know, got to keep pushing. NFC West is just a lot of things going on there. You know, Puka down, 49ers, everybody dropping over there. Seattle, they making magic happen. NFC East, really nothing to worry about there other than Philly. You know, Jaden Daniels returning this week. He'd probably be ready to play us well. But not really much to, like, really worry about. Everybody pretty much clustered the fuck together, excuse my language. You know, so. But yeah. There's a lot can happen between now and January, so. But yeah, you know, Kerby, hey, let them rest. DJ Reed, let them rest. You know, let these guys rest. Let these guys get healthy. And I just know at the trade deadline, they got to make a move for a pass rusher. Fuck what Calvin Shepard saying and You know, Dan Campbell saying, I just think y'all can't depend on Marcus Davenport. And I didn't know Al-Quaid Muhammad was hurt. He just returned to practice. So yeah, you know, at the end of the day, you can't depend on this defensive end. Pascal is just, they sneakingly releasing information about him. They got to go do something on that edge. You know what I'm saying? They just got to. You know, you got the Eagles talking about they trying to get Myles Garrett. If I'm the Lions, I'm in that conversation too. Fuck it. We'll figure it out down the road. We all in the conversation together. You know what I mean? You know, Myles, Max, I'm getting somebody. But I think reasonably Jalen Phillips, Kayvon Thibodeaux, you know, see what happens. I mean, like I said before, it's gonna be interesting, but just want to be healthy. Last year they were so broken up down the stretch, man. They was holding it together, and you know they got to look through some things, bro. They got to look through some things, how they practicing, the nutrition, all that stuff. But but ultimately, Kerby take his time. Ain't no point in going out there limping. You know, really Terrion should take his time. You know, but I get it. Division games are so important. They really worth too. I get it. I get it. So, but and he get over you all get over, you get over, they get over. Shit crazy, bro. Everybody just doing their thing. It's so dark on this freeway, bro. There ain't no lights. I remember the city of Detroit when Kwame went to jail, bro. There wasn't no street lights in Detroit. Detroit was dark as hell. Y'all remember that, like 09, 010 when Kwame was gone? Wasn't no weed on the street. I don't even smoke. There wasn't no weed, wasn't no street lights. Crazy time. Great. But yeah, right now that's your injury report. So, you know, look forward to seeing Lions Sunday, 1 o'clock. Got JJ McCarthy. That's in the dude on War Sports going on. Lions fan root for JJ McCarthy. Man, motherfucker bought a ship. JJ McCarthy is University of Michigan royalty. I'm not mad. I root for JJ, just not to beat us, but I love JJ McCarthy. You know, through Jeff O'Corn, Tate Forcier, Denard Robinson. You know what I'm saying? All the goddamn quarterbacks we had there. Wilt Spate. One of them motherfuckers still playing in college. One of them was it Wilt Spate. That motherfucker was at Miami last year or something like that. But hey, hit the link tree. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Find me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole nine. Peace.